Yo, what is going on, my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video, we're going to be talking about several different rewards you can expect from the Dragonkin Laboratory coming out next week. That was shown off both on the live stream today as well as on Twitter. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, the first things I want to talk about is the ability mutators that are going to affect the melee abilities. Those abilities are Fury, Flurry, and Barge. Now, I don't know to what extent they're going to affect these in terms of how they're actually going to change each specific ability in and of itself, but I do know some things that is going to affect melee as a whole, because they did talk about on stream today that one of two things will happen. Assuming you have the right ability rotation or some kind of proper combination of abilities, you'll be able to reduce the cooldown of your Berserk ability, which is very significant. It means you're going to be able to do Zerk much more often and get that modified damage boost. Again, I don't know which ability does it or what combination of abilities unlocks that, but just know that you'll be able to do that in some way. The second thing that they talked about regarding these melee ability mutators is in some way you'll be able to get a proc that when it does go off, will convert any of your channeled abilities into damage over time abilities. You can imagine how extremely powerful that could be if you're doing like a Zerk rotation and it just so happens that maybe your Assault or Destroy happens to be converted into a damage over time. Then you can simply pop off more abilities and gain more adrenaline, and overall your DPS with melee should significantly improve, which is really interesting. I'm really excited to see how that's going to shape the meta in terms of melee and it coming to the forefront of combat styles. How is it going to stack up against the other ones as well? All those are really exciting to see them pan out, and it won't really be long. We just got one more week and we're going to see that into the game, so that is actually really exciting to me. Can't wait to be testing out these codices. Again, like I said, I do not know how you're going to be able to utilize these, but I'm sure the top tier players are going to find out the best possible rotations and make amazing uses of these new ability changes. Next up, I briefly want to touch on something that Mod Sova mentioned on stream, and that is a slight change to the relics, specifically the rare relics. Basically, he's made it so the rare ones will give much more rare components, bar some particular ones such as refined components and unfortunate components. But all other rare ones are going to be much more common when disassembling your rare relics. I assume that translates over to the Temple of Amanishi rare relics as well. So you may get lucky and get yourself like some noxious components. So if you are sitting on some of those currently, I would hold off to using those until the update goes live. That way you get that increased chance of some better components. Next up is pretty obvious, and most of you probably know about it, so I'm not going to delve into too much detail about it, but obviously the Tier 92 upgrades for Tectonic will be coming with this Elite Dungeon, in a similar fashion as the Sirenic from Temple Amanishi. However, you won't be gaining Amanishi scales, you'll be gaining Draconic energy, and that will be used to upgrade your Tectonic. However, this time around, we're going to be getting the body on launch, unlike with the Sirenic when the body came much later than the helmet and legs. We're going to get the full set on launch on Monday. With that being said, we're going to shift gears on over to the Twitter reveals and see exactly what we've got going on over there. So Mod Orion has actually showed off several things on Twitter. First off, we have this image right here where we show some Shifting Tombs reward enhancer. I don't know exactly what that means. Is that going to give us more XP when we're doing our Shifting Tombs, or do we get a better chance of a Kopesh and a Soul Talisman, or does it add new drop tables to the minigame in its entirety? That's yet to be seen. He's being very secretive about that item. We also see in his inventory in the top row, there are 3 new stackable items that we've never seen before. I have no idea what they are or what they do, and he hasn't shed any light on them. They could be one of them being the drop enhancer for the Dragonkin Laboratory, much like the one we got for the Temple of Amanishi for Elite Dungeons. However, this one will specifically only work on Elite Dungeons too. But that's still, if that was the case, that still leaves us with 2 objects that we do not know what they are. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be next week. And finally, we have the last tweet by Mod Orion. He simply says, there might be a new pet purchasable with 250k Dungeoneering tokens next week. Just saying. So if you are interested in a new pet, it's probably going to be a dragon of some sort, maybe a Dragonkin. That's yet to be seen, but do stock up on 250k tokens ahead of time if you are interested in getting that. That is actually pretty much it in terms of rewards. We do know that the Elite Dungeoneering outfit will be coming with this, or the means to start getting it in-game as well, but that's all we know in terms of rewards, both from the live stream today as well as Twitter. So with that being said, do let me know in the comments below, what are you most excited for? Me personally, obviously, those melee mutator codices and how they're going to shape melee going forward. Is it going to be the new best DPS style? Will it outclass 4-ticking? I don't know. But it will be an interesting ride nonetheless. So let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about the Shifting Tombs enhancers. Anything discussed in this video, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. That being said, I'm going to wrap up the video there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Peace.